Persona 5. Oh, Persona 5. A game so nice, I gave it Game of the Year twice. And yeah, that meant placing it higher than Breath of the Wild in 2017, so you know I mean it when I say I'm a sucker for those Phantom Thieves. Walking through the back alleys of Tokyo and swinging around castles, all while jamming to an absolute banger of a soundtrack? Yeah, I'll take 20, thanks. And yes, I 100% of the dancing game spinoff, and no, I'm not ashamed to say that. In fact, I'm downright proud. But hold on there, cowboy. There's a new spinoff in town. Except, it's not exactly a spinoff. On the surface, it might seem that way, but when you dig a little deeper into the latest entry in the Persona 5 universe, you'll find that it goes well beyond being optional side content. In fact, it's downright essential. Hi, I'm RONSPIES, and you're watching All In. Today, I'm going to be going over anything and everything there is to know about Persona 5 Strikers for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And you heard that right, Persona is finally coming to the Switch. Now we just need all the other ones. But Persona 5 Strikers. Before I get into this properly, I need to touch on something quick. You may have noticed this little trend going on. You've got your Fire Emblem Warriors, Dragon Quest Heroes, the recent Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, there's One Piece games in this genre, Berserk, Gundam. It's Musou games, I'm talking about Musou games. Musou essentially refers to games that are similar to the Dynasty Warriors games, or, you know, the Dynasty Warriors games, created by a team in Japan called Omega Force. Third-person action combat, tons of enemies on screen, insane moves, you know them when you see them. Like, yes, Musou. And now it's Persona's turn for that treatment, except not entirely. Yes, Persona 5 Strikers is clearly Musou inspired, but don't call it a spin-off just yet. It may not retain the quick and stylish turn-based RPG gameplay of the original game it's based on, but it is still very much a Persona game. And I mean, it's still very much quick and stylish too. It's just, instead of waiting for your turn and giving orders, you'll be dashing around and taking the fight straight to the shadows of the metaverse this time around as all the fantastic and unique characters of Persona 5. For the first time, we'll be able to individually control each Phantom Thief and hack and slash as Yusuke, Makoto, or Morgana, who can still turn into a boss, by the way. It's a long story. You can look at it and call it a spin-off, a crossover, or whatever you want, but Persona 5 Strikers is technically a sequel to the original game. Even though it might seem like a radical departure on the surface, it still retains a lot of what you'd expect from something with Persona 5 in the name. If your favorite part of Persona 5 was exploring the streets of Tokyo, it's got that. Exploring the metaverse, uncovering a mystery with the Phantom Thieves, it's got that too. And even though the combat is in real time and has all the chaos you would expect from a Musou game, Strikers still has echoes of its turn-based origins. You've got all your favorite spells from the original game, and the combat can pause to help you plan out big attacks. There's status effects, side quests, Persona fusing. Some of Persona's social elements have been toned down, but Strikers seems like a near-perfect translation of the original game's gameplay systems into a brand new format. Even Dynasty Warriors' open-ended battlefields have been replaced by dungeons that you would expect from a Persona game. They really nailed the presentation and visual stylings of Persona 5. This is still very much a Persona game, despite being made by the team behind, all this. The thing that appeals the most to me, though, is just seeing the charming and beloved characters of Persona 5 in all new settings and situations. I've dedicated hundreds of hours to both Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, so having all these new areas, moments, and conversations is incredibly exciting. The thing I'm looking forward to most is just spending more time with all these characters. And as I mentioned earlier, this is a sequel to Persona 5, and this is where it gets confusing. Strikers is a sequel to the original Persona 5, not Persona 5 Royal. Many of the concepts and characters introduced in Royal are not present in Strikers, so Strikers kind of replaces Royal in a way. It's not entirely clear which one is canon and which one isn't, but the fact of the matter is that Strikers takes place directly after the events of the vanilla Persona 5. Either way, I just love the idea of reuniting with the gang and seeing how their lives have developed in the months following the climactic events of the first game. Plus, Strikers also introduces its own new characters that hold up to both the original cast and the one in Royal. But I don't want to give too many details about them because, you know, spoilers. I also want to take a second and acknowledge that Persona 5 Strikers isn't locked to the PlayStation this time around. Switch fans have been clamoring for just a crumb of Persona 5 ever since Joker was put in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which was the best day of my life, and even if this isn't the main game, it's still the best possible alternative. And PC players also got a taste of Persona last last year when Persona 4 Golden was ported to Steam and instantly topped the platform's JRPG charts, and now Persona is back on PC. And to add to all that, even though Persona 5 Strikers is technically a PS4 game, you'll still absolutely be able to play it on your brand new PS5. So don't worry if you sold your PS4 or gave it to a family member. So to boil it all down, Persona 5 Strikers might not be the Persona you would expect, but it's still a true follow-up to the original game and an essential part of the story for anyone who loves Persona 5 or just wants to experience that world for the very first time through the lens of an action game. I sincerely applaud Megaforce for how well they've translated Persona 5 to a brand new genre, and I seriously can't wait to play Strikers. And remember to play Persona 5 or Persona 5 Royal too. If you have a PS5 and PlayStation Plus, you can actually play the original Persona 5 for free right now. Perfect preparation. But that's it for me. If you can't tell, I love Persona 5. So if you want to see me gush about Persona even more, follow me on Twitter @WadeLikesPie and subscribe to my YouTube channel, RONSPIES. But yeah, play Persona 5, play Persona 5 Strikers, get hyped for Shin Megami Tensei 5, and I will see you next time.